He is God, O God my God. These are servants attracted in thy holy days by the fragrances of thy holiness, enkindled with the flame burning in thy holy tree, responding to thy voice, uttering thy praise, awakened by thy breeze, stirred by thy sweet savors, beholding thy signs, understanding thy verses, hearkening to thy words, believing thy revelation and assured of thy loving kindness. Their eyes, O Lord, are fixed upon thy kingdom of effulgent glory, and their faces turned toward thy dominion on high. Their hearts beating with the love of thy radiant and glorious beauty, their souls consumed with the flame of thy love. O Lord of this world and the world hereafter, their lives seething with the ardor of their longing for thee, and their tears poured for thy sake. Shield them within the stronghold of thy protection and safety. Preserve them in thy watchful care. Look upon them with the eyes of thy providence and mercy. Make them the signs of thy divine unity that are manifest throughout all regions, the standards of thy might that wave above thy mansions of grandeur, the shining lamps that burn with the oil of thy wisdom and the globes of thy guidance, the birds of the garden of thy knowledge that warble upon the topmost boughs in thy sheltering paradise, and the leviathans of the ocean of thy bounty that plunge by thy supreme mercy in the fathomless deeps. O Lord my God, lowly are these servants of thine. Exalt them in thy kingdom on high. Feeble, strengthen them by thy supreme power. Abased, bestow upon them thy glory in thine all-highest realm. Poor, enrich them in thy great dominion. Do thou then ordain for them all the good thou hast destined in thy worlds, visible and invisible. Prosper them in this world below. Gladden their hearts with thine inspiration, O Lord of all beings. Illumine their hearts with thy joyful tidings, diffused from thine all-glorious station. Make firm their steps in thy most great covenant, and strengthen their loins in thy firm testament. By thy bounty and promised grace, O gracious and merciful one, thou art verily the gracious, the all-bountiful. Abdul-Baha.
Loué soit ton nom, ô Seigneur mon Dieu. Je suis ton serviteur qui s'accroche à la corde de tes tendres miséricordes et qui retient à la frange de ta munificence. Je te supplie par ton nom qui a soumis toutes choses, tant visibles qu'invisibles, et par lequel le souffle de la vraie vie s'est répandu sur toute la création, de me fortifier par ton pouvoir qui est étendu sur la terre et le ciel, et de me garder de toute maladie et tribulation. J'atteste que tu es le Seigneur de tous les noms et l'ordonnateur de tout ce qui est confirmé à ton bon plaisir. Il n'y a pas d'autre Dieu que toi, le Tout-Puissant, l'Informé, le Sage. Ordonne pour moi, mon Seigneur, ce qui me sera profitable en chacun de tes mondes. Donne-moi donc ce que tu as promis à tes créateurs élus, qui ni le blâme de l'accusateur, ni les clameurs de l'infidèle, ni l'alimentation des cœurs de ceux qui sont éloignés de toi, n'ont empêché de se tourner vers toi. En vérité, tu es l'aide dans le péril, par la puissance de ta souveraineté. Il n'y a pas d'autre Dieu que toi, le Très-Haut, le Tout-Puissant, Baha'u'llah.
The world's great light once resplendent upon all mankind, hath set, to shine everlastingly from the Abha horizon, his kingdom of fadeless glory, shedding splendor upon his loved ones from on high and breathing into their hearts and souls the breath of eternal life. Ponder in your hearts that which he hath foretold in his tablet of the divine vision that have been spread throughout the world. Therein he saith, Thereupon she wailed and exclaimed, May the world and all that is therein be a ransom for thy woes, O sovereign of heaven and earth. Wherefore hast thou let thyself in the hands of the dwellers of this prison city of Akkha? Hasten thou to other dominions, to thy retreats above, whereon the eyes of the people of names have never fallen. We smiled and spake not. Reflect upon these most exalted words and comprehend the purpose of this hidden and sacred mystery.
O ye beloved of the Lord, beware, beware, lest ye hesitate and waver. Let not fear fall upon you, neither be troubled nor dismayed. Take ye good heed, lest this calamitous day slacken the flames of your ardor and quench your tender hopes. Today is the day for steadfastness and constancy. Blessed are they that stand firm and immovable as the rock and brave the storm and stress of this tempestuous hour. They verily shall be the recipients of God's grace. They verily shall receive his divine assistance and shall be truly victorious. They shall shine amidst mankind with the radiance which the dwellers of the pavilion of glory laud and magnify. To them is proclaimed this celestial call, revealed in his most holy book. Let not your hearts be perturbed, O people, when the glory of my presence is withdrawn, and the ocean of my utterance is stilled. In my presence amongst you there is a wisdom, and in my absence there is yet another inscrutable to all but God, the incomparable, the all-knowing. Verily we behold you from our realm of glory, and shall aid whosoever will arise for the triumph of our cause, with the hosts of the concourse on high, and a company of our favored angels. The Sun of Truth, that most great light, hath set upon the horizon of the world, to rise with deathless splendor over the realm of the limitless. In his most holy book he calleth the firm and steadfast of his friends. Be not dismayed, O peoples of the world, when the day star of my beauty is set, and the heaven of my tabernacle is concealed from your eyes. Arise to further my cause, and to exalt my word amongst men. Selection from the writings of Abdul Baha.
والله يا رب الملكوت والقدرة والجبروت تراني مستغيثا بك ومستجيرا بباب رحمتك ومستضيئا من أنوار أحديتك ومستعينا بعونك وعنايتك. ربي أغثني بفضلك وإحسانك وامددني بجودك وغنائك. ربي قوم طريقي إليك وقوي توكلي عليك ولا تكلني بنفسي ولا تدعني في هيماء الأهواء وقربني إلى عتبتك النوراء ويسر لي غاية المنى واحرسني بعين رعايتك في هذا النشأة الأولى. إنك أنت الكريم، إنك أنت الحليم، وإنك أنت البر الرؤوف الرحيم. عين عين.
Loado sea tu nombre, oh Señor mi Dios. Soy tu siervo que se ha asido al cordón de tu tierna misericordia y aferrado al borde de tu benevolencia. Te suplico por tu nombre, mediante el cual tú has sometido a todas las cosas creadas, visibles e invisibles, y por el cual el hálito, que es verdadera vida, ha sido difundida sobre toda la creación, que me fortalezcas con tu poder que envuelve los cielos y la tierra, y me libres de toda enfermedad y tribulación.
Atestiguo que tú eres el Señor de todos los nombres, y ordenas todo lo que te place. No hay otro Dios sino tú, el Todopoderoso, el Omnisciente, el Sapientísimo.
Ordena para mí, oh mi Señor, lo que me beneficie en cada mundo de tus mundos. Provéeme, pues, con lo que tú has destinado para los elegidos entre tus criaturas, a quienes ni la censura del crítico, ni el clamor del infiel, ni el distanciamiento de aquellos que se han alejado de ti, les han impedido volverse hacia ti.
Tú, verdaderamente, eres el que ayuda en el peligro, mediante el poder de tu soberanía. No hay Dios sino tú, el Todopoderoso, el Omnipotente. Baha'u'llah.
Be not dismayed, O peoples of the world. When the day star of my beauty is set, and the heaven of my tabernacle is concealed from your eyes, arise to further my cause, and to exalt my word amongst men. We are with you at all times, and shall strengthen you through the power of truth. We are truly almighty. Whoso hath recognized me will arise and serve me with such determination that the powers of the earth and heaven shall be unable to defeat this purpose. We remember every one of you, men and women, and from this spot, the scene of incomparable glory, regard you all as one soul and send you the joyous tidings of divine blessings which have preceded all created things, and of my remembrance that pervadeth everyone, whether young or old. The glory of God rest upon you, O people of Baha. Rejoice with exceeding gladness through my remembrance, for he is indeed with you at all times. Baha'u'llah.
The praise which hath dawned from thy most august self, and the glory which hath shone forth from thy most effulgent beauty, rest upon thee, O thou who art the manifestation of grandeur, and the King of eternity, and the Lord of all who are in heaven and on earth. I testify that through thee the sovereignty of God and his dominion, and the majesty of God and his grandeur were revealed, and the day stars of ancient splendor have shed their radiance in the heaven of thine irrevocable decree, and the beauty of the unseen hath shone forth above the horizon of creation. I testify, moreover, that with but a movement of thy pen, thine injunction, Be thou, hath been enforced, and God's hidden secret hath been divulged, and all created things have been called into being, and all the revelations have been sent down.
I bear witness, moreover, that through thy beauty the beauty of the adored one hath been unveiled, and through thy face the face of the desired one had shone forth, and that through a word from thee thou hast decided between all created things, causing them who are devoted to thee to ascend unto the summit of glory, and the infidels to fall into the lowest abyss.
I bear witness that he who hath known thee hath known God, and he who hath attained unto thy presence hath attained unto the presence of God. Great, therefore, is the blessedness of him who hath believed in thee, and in thy signs, and hath humbled himself before thy sovereignty, and hath been honored with meeting thee, and hath attained the good pleasure of thy will, and circled around thee, and stood before thy throne. Woe betide him that hath transgressed against thee, and hath denied thee, and repudiated thy signs, and gainsaid thy sovereignty, and risen up against thee, and waxed proud before thy face, and hath disputed thy testimonies, and fled from thy rule and thy dominion, and been numbered with the infidels, whose names have been inscribed by the fingers of thy behest upon thy holy tablets.
Waft then unto me, O my God and my beloved, from the right hand of thy mercy and thy loving kindness, the holy breaths of thy favors, that they may draw me away from myself and from the world unto the courts of thy nearness and thy presence. Potent art thou to do what pleaseth thee, thou truly hast been supreme over all things.
The remembrance of God and his praise, and the glory of God and his splendor rest upon thee, O thou who art his beauty. I bear witness that the eye of creation hath never gazed upon one wronged like thee. Thou wast immersed all the days of thy life beneath an ocean of tribulations. At one time thou wast in chains and fetters. At another thou wast threatened by the sword of thine enemies. Yet despite all this, thou didst enjoin upon all men to observe what hath been prescribed unto thee by him who is the all-knowing, the all-wise.
May my spirit be a sacrifice to the wrongs thou didst suffer, and my soul be a ransom for the adversities thou didst sustain. I beseech God, by thee and by them whose faces have been illumined with the splendors of the light of thy countenance, and who for love of thee have observed all whereunto they were bidden, to remove the veils that have come in between thee and thy creatures, and to supply me with the good of this world and the world to come, Thou art in truth the Almighty, the most exalted, the all-glorious, the ever-forgiving, the most compassionate.
Bless thou, O Lord my God, the divine low tree, and its leaves, and its boughs, and its branches, and its stems, and its offshoots, as long as thy most excellent titles will endure, and thy most august attributes will last. Protect it then from the mischief of the aggressor and the hosts of tyranny. Thou art in truth the Almighty, the most powerful. Bless thou also, O Lord my God, thy servants and thy handmaidens who have attained unto thee. Thou truly art the all-bountiful, whose grace is infinite. No God is there save thee, the ever-forgiving, the most generous.